Hi, my name is David Leaño. Today I'm going to talk about an experience that had a real significant change in my life, and as far as I know, it's been one of the most relevant ones that I have ever had. So first of all, let's start in the beginning. When I was only 8 years old, I was really used to having a constant routine of not doing anything at all. And I just liked playing video games all day, staying in my house as if I was like some type of cat, just sleeping all day, doing nothing at all. It was pretty fun since I was a kid and I didn't have anything to worry about, no problems at all, and no things that would maintain me occupied. But then my parents obviously noticed that I was really not doing anything with my free time, so they decided that I should do something productive for myself. So that was when they told me that, like, they explained me the idea that I should start playing an instrument. And well, obviously, I didn't like the idea at all. I was just a small kid, and I just wanted to play like video games all day with nothing to worry about, nothing that would waste my time, and I just wanted to spend my time doing whatever I wanted, which was clearly a really big error. So obviously I had no choice, and my parents decided that I should start playing guitar. And when I was just like starting to play, I was new. I didn't know how to play any strings, any chords, and I just wanted like if I was not going to do something fun with it, then I just didn't want to play guitar because I always saw people which were better than me, and they were always like playing songs that sounded really good. And whenever I tried, it was like so complicated for me because I was new. So aside from the fact that I just didn't like it at all, there were so many exercises which people could do with so much facility, while I was just struggling so bad because I was new and I couldn't do anything. My sister also played guitar and she was already at a higher level, and well, she was like much more dedicated and she actually knew how to play. I was just an 8 year old who was trying to do something, but it was just really boring for me. And since I couldn't do anything, well, that meant that I would have like barely any motivation, and like my feelings of wanting to um, do something productive were just zero. Since I just never saw any motivation on it because there wasn't anything that I could do which would turn out which could turn out good. So it was a really long period of time that I just didn't like going to classes. I always saw it as a waste of time, and it really bored me. For example, it wasn't even weeks or months and until I got good at it and I would actually start liking it. It actually took years. I already spent 2 years going to classes every Monday and Wednesday, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I always stayed bored. Whenever I was in class, I just didn't do anything at all. I was really bored. I also used to bother other kids because I was just trying to have fun instead of actually doing what I was supposed to. Because every song they would play and every exercise they would do, since I never had any motivation in it to at least try playing, well, then I never had the chance of learning. But the one day, the good moments came, and it was really tough for me at the start because the music company which I was going to, which which taught me the classes, started to do concerts, and that was the moment when I saw, wow, well, it's really cool being in stage and having a really large amount of people watching you play the instrument. So like most of the people in Earth, they mostly like receiving attention. Like that's something who that everyone loves. Like receiving attention is one of the highest values that anyone could have because it makes you feel really satisfied with what you are. Since it makes you know that if people are giving you attention, it's because you either deserve it or you're just doing stuff that are really attractive. So I actually started to think about it. Well, this playing an instrument, playing guitar, It's not actually a waste of time. I'm just having the wrong perspective about it. I had an erroneous point of view. So I saw it as a new opportunity. That was the problem I used to have. My perspective about it. It was not the one I had to have. I needed to have. So I changed my perspective and I started telling my teacher, hey, I want to play this song. I want to play this song because they are my favorite songs. I wanted to do something I liked. So my teacher understood, but I had to start from the beginning because like the truth is that in those 2-3 years that I was going to school, the music school, I barely learned anything. So I started again, like as if it was my first class, and it all went like day by day. I slowly started to manage on learning, and even though I said that I barely learned anything, I already knew how to play strings, I already knew how to play some chords. So I already had the basics, and that helped me on getting myself upgraded on the topic much faster. Because I didn't notice it, but all those classes I had during 2 years, that small effort, those small amounts of effort I had in every class, they all started to get grouped and they united between all of them. So that made my first skill level exist. It created my first skill. So that was the moment when I actually started to play songs. I actually could play songs. Something that I saw really complicated, it just started to come to me as if it was like magic or something. And that was the moment when I started to feel some kind of satisfaction. And it was not only that. I already started liking it. I already started noticing how it was something which satisfied my day. It made me know like, well, today I did something. I played guitar. It was actually something productive I did. So there's no reason why I should see it as a waste of time. It made me know that it's something which actually helps me. I started to appreciate every detail it had, and it made me know this is not a waste of time. This is a chance, and I love this chance. So the first concert came. The first concert I ever participated in. There were like, I would say 80 people all around me, just watching me. I was the only one playing. It was a solo version, and I started playing the first song I ever played in stage. And I was really nervous. I remembered every single thing which I went through while I was trying to learn guitar. And I remembered, well, if I'm here, why should I see it as something bad? Why should I see it as if I was not capable of playing guitar in front of everyone? Like, show them the talent I've gotten after so many years of hating it. And it turned out good. I played the song, and there was no problem at all. I actually managed to play it the entire song, with no problem at all, after struggling with so many stuff because I never learned appropriately, like in an adequate way. I never learned. But there I was, and I just saw it as something new in my life. It was not something that wasted my time anymore. It was like a new detail, something that could actually make me learn. So yeah, that was the moment when everything started. That was the moment when I got my first talent, my first skill. And it was a really large and complex change. I went from being a kid who just never liked having any different activities in his routine to a kid that actually started appreciating the new stuff he got in his life. So I didn't just play guitar. I also started taking Hungarian classes. I also started playing sports like tennis. Now I have tennis Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I have guitar classes Tuesday and Thursday. And my Hungarian classes are in Sundays. it actually makes me learn like this is not just something productive. It's actually progress because I went from doing nothing at all to playing guitar, and by playing guitar, I also learned that well, it's not just that. It also expanded the roots I had in my life. So now I also play sports. I'm also learning new languages, and slowly it started to get involved in my academic activities. I started noticing that I just didn't got better on skills. I started getting better as a person. It involved so many stuff which were invisible for me at some point. I was a small kid. I was so young. I never opened my eyes in a wide way. So, yeah. I also started getting better at school. My dedication, which came from guitar classes, tennis classes, it also got involved in school. And I started getting better. And it was like something that made me really emotional because I also was pretty bad at school. I never paid attention, I really got distracted, and it was so hard for me to concentrate. And I never realized until now. Nowadays, I see my past and I know that that version of myself isn't the one I was supposed to have. There was so many moments when I thought this is just something that I don't like. I want to stop playing guitar. I just want to be relaxed. It's taking so much time and I just don't feel as if I was getting anywhere. But there's some wires in our lives which can get connected without even perceiving it. We don't even notice, but these wires that generate our life, which is the nucleus, are based on what you are living every single day. So yeah, that those guitar classes, which I didn't do anything at all, those guitar classes where I never had any effort, they just did stuff I never expected to. I started realizing how far I got because of some simple classes. I got much better at school because the dedication I got from those activities actually helped me at all a lot. It also helped me psychologically. My brain started to think differently about all the experiences I've had in my life. Those dumb stuff I have ever done were automatically changed because of how my productivity got influenced by my thoughts. So my thoughts also got stronger. I learned how to stop being that weak kid who was just living with no purpose at all. It really helped me, to be honest. It really did. And I keep thinking about it and it's like, wow, those those things in our lives which we just see as something that um as if it was something additional, something that we're just doing it to do something. It's not just that. It actually has so much complex explaining and systems behind it. Because if it wasn't because of how I started playing guitar, if it wasn't because of all those because of all those new things I started doing, I would have never gotten better at school or as a person. I would have never gotten like much farther, and it's really shocking to be honest. Because only 2 years ago, I was still really um I was really lazy. I just never did anything for myself. I was just like, well, I'm living my life. I don't care if I'm not really having any objectives. I'm just living it. But as soon as I started realizing that my productive activities were getting involved on how I thought, on how my brain wiring could work, that was the moment I realized I'm growing up. This is actually making me more mature. and I'm not even being conscious about it. So it's something which has a really large value. Something that I could have never expected it to be that way. Surprising. So that's something that I want to be. It is. I really want that. I really want people to know that. Because there's so many people I've met which don't do like too much stuff in their lives. And they never get anywhere. I've seen them. While I was growing up, I saw them change. But they weren't changing as a person. They were just changing their lives to a worse phase because they never got anywhere. Their routines were always the same. They have to do a change. If they keep having excuses of not having time, oh, I don't have time, oh, I just don't know how to start, you'll never get anywhere. Never. You need to think about it in a smart way, or else you won't get any objectives. You won't get anywhere. Think about it. Think about it in a straight way. Because if you don't dig in all these topics, if you don't reach the deepest parts that can like modify your knowledge in such a significant way, then what are you doing with your life? You weren't just born to experience life as a single living thing and then just end up dying after not doing anything for it. Think about it. You're here for a reason. You have a consciousness which is inside of your soul. If you're not going to decide how to control it, you're not going to decide how you're going to modify it while you're living, then what are you doing? Come on, think about all the stuff you're doing for your life right now. Is it actually good for your future? Is it productive? Or are you just spending all day trying to do all the work, all the homework that is just filling your life so you don't feel emptiness in it? You need to expand it more. You need to expand it. That's it. Don't spend your time acting as a simple human being who is doing the same constant routines. You need to. That's all. Yeah, that's it. You need to dig deeper. You need to find the points of your life where you actually start realizing how you've gotten better as a person. That's all. And that happened to me. And it began from something so simple, such as playing guitar, to actually learning that it actually modifies my life. It actually does. And I really want to share it to people because it's something that it's so significant. But people spend all their lives being distracted with everything they have in their minds. And these constant timelines, which are constantly getting modified, they are something which they have a really large value. They have a big value on how you're living. You need to learn that you need to expand your knowledge a lot. You need to learn on what causes your life to be the way it is. So once you find the causes, once you learn about it, you can start writing it in your head. This is something that has made my life wrong. This is making it better. So I should just start mixing all these things. I should combine it. I should learn about it. And then even if I don't like it, it will soon or not, it will soon change it. Sooner or later, it will change your life. Trust me. That's it. Thanks for listening.